The surprising secret behind this green liquid is that the liquid sprayed from the nozzle is not ordinary water, but a special green liquid. When sprayed evenly on the soil, spray trucks are used for open terrains, while helicopters are used for higher slopes. So, what is this for? Is it a special fertilizer? In fact, these areas do not have any crops, but spraying this green liquid can turn loose soil into granules, forming a complex interconnected structure that effectively prevents wind erosion. Additionally, at some construction sites, when transporting soil, dust on the road is kicked up by trucks, making this method very suitable for livestock farms and sand and gravel plants with dusty environments. Notably, there is another green liquid, applied in the same way as the first. Before spraying, the area has no vegetation, but after spraying, lush grass grows. This is the magic of hydroseeding. The principle is simple. Before spraying, workers mix green plant seeds and fertilizer into a water-filled mixing truck, creating a thick green liquid. Using a spray gun, they evenly apply it to the soil, providing the seeds with both water and fertilizer. Combined with a suitable growth environment, the plants quickly take root and sprout. What do you think? Which of these two green liquids is more useful? Did you know that there is a machine capable of cleaning a beach from large cans to small pebbles buried up to 30 centimeters deep in the sand? The beach cleaner is an amazing device, specifically designed to clean up beach litter efficiently. Its operating principle is based on picking and screening technology. At the front of the machine, there is a rotating rake with 5 rows of iron rods, each with a specific angled tip. When in operation, the rotating drum spins at high speed, driving the iron rods into the sand to a depth of up to 30 centimeters. This process helps pick up objects larger than the gaps between the rods and pushes them to the back, entering the screening stage. An inclined mesh conveyor belt with a grid size not exceeding 2 centimeters continues the work. The trash, along with the sand, is moved up the conveyor belt, and during this process, the sand falls back through the mesh onto the beach, while the trash falls into the collection bin. If one machine is not fast enough, 2 machines can be used simultaneously, with the capability to clean 2,000 square meters of beach in just 1 hour. After cleaning, the operator can tilt the bin to dump all the trash out. This machine is not only used for cleaning beaches, but can also clean equestrian arenas by collecting pebbles, thus reducing injuries to horses' hooves. Isn't this an amazing and useful device? Hold the visor and pull it down, and the vision that was originally obscured by mud immediately becomes very clear. The reason for wearing this special helmet is that the racetrack is set on a muddy road, and during the ride, a lot of mud flies around. The racers cannot directly wipe it off with their hands, because the more they wipe, the more blurred their vision becomes. To solve this issue during the race, some people have designed and invented this helmet with a visor. Its appearance solves the problem of limited visibility for the racers, causing interruptions, and just a gentle pull can remove the mud. However, some have raised the question of what to do if the racer, due to error or nervousness, pulls off all the visors at once. This problem was actually considered from the very beginning of the design. The visors are not installed all at once, but are stacked layer by layer. Each layer, after being installed, needs to be folded inward and then pressed by the next layer. This method is beneficial because only when the top layer is lifted, the edge of the next visor will be exposed, effectively preventing the situation of pulling off all the layers at once. Of course, besides this pull-up type, there is also a similar pull-out type. Just hold the string end and pull it out, and the mud on the visor will be immediately removed. If you are worried about slipping and causing errors, you can also choose a fully automatic type. Press the button, and the visor will automatically move and clean the mud. This type is more convenient to use. This is a miraculous fire extinguisher. With just a few sprays, it can immediately extinguish burning tires. Its power is so great that even thick glass can be shattered with a single spray. This is Germany's invention, the Magirus fire extinguishing gun. When in use, firefighters can carry and operate it alone. The backpack behind is connected to the extinguishing gun through 2 hoses, one for compressed air and one for pumping water. When the trigger is pulled, the compressed air pushes water out at a speed of 420 km/h, creating a high-speed water jet that pushes oxygen away from the fire source, thus quickly extinguishing the blaze. It operates much like a modern firearm, with a maximum shooting range of up to 16 seconds. Its benefit lies in its ability to effectively control small fires and vehicle fires, with just 2 liters of water in the backpack, even when there's no nearby water source. For large fires, it can assist firefighting teams in completing their main tasks. Frontline firefighters can control the flames, while the larger extinguishing gun from the rear vehicle handles the primary fire extinguishing task. It's worth noting that despite its ability to shatter a watermelon with a single shot, the compressed air and water in the backpack are very limited, capable of providing only hundreds of sprays. Therefore, a larger capacity mobile cart has been invented to connect the fire extinguishing gun, capable of thousands of sprays. A wonderful invention for those who are lazy about moving house. Instead of using the elevator inside the building, a temporary elevator is set up outside. Furniture and household appliances go up and down in their own dedicated elevator, increasing moving efficiency and avoiding long-term use of the building's elevator, which would affect other residents' normal usage. This moving elevator has a total length of 90 meters and can transport items to buildings up to 30 floors high. When moving, the driver parks the elevator truck near the balcony window, then gradually raises the elevator according to the floor height of the resident moving. When the desired height is reached, the elevator truck pushes the transport platform up the track on the elevator. At that point, the people on the balcony start moving furniture and household appliances onto the platform, carefully packing valuable items and directly placing sturdy items. Once the platform is full, it begins to descend, and upon reaching the ground, workers below load the items into the truck, then repeat the process. By moving the platform up and down a few dozen times, all the items in the house can be moved. After that, the truck is driven to the new building, and the reverse steps are taken to move the items up. Notably, based on this principle, a brick elevator has also been invented on construction sites, allowing bricks to ride the elevator to the roof. A 5-meter-high frame has 10 shelves, each capable of carrying 20 kilos of heavy materials. Place the construction materials on the shelves, and the shelves will carry them upwards. Upon reaching the roof, unload the materials, and the empty shelves rotate back to the bottom of the frame, returning to the starting position. Continuously placing and transporting upwards saves a lot of labor. How amazing is that? A wonderful invention for those who are lazy about moving house. Instead of using the elevator inside the building, a temporary elevator is set up outside. Furniture and household appliances go up and down in their own dedicated elevator, increasing moving efficiency and avoiding long-term use of the building's elevator, which would affect other residents' normal usage. This moving elevator has a total length of 90 meters and can transport items to buildings up to 30 floors high. When moving, the driver parks the elevator truck near the balcony window, then gradually raises the elevator according to the floor height of the resident moving. When the desired height is reached, the elevator truck pushes the transport platform up the track on the elevator. At that point, the people on the balcony start moving furniture and household appliances onto the platform, carefully packing valuable items and directly placing sturdy items. Once the platform is full, it begins to descend, and upon reaching the ground, workers below load the items into the truck, then repeat the process. By moving the platform up and down a few dozen times, all the items in the house can be moved. After that, the truck is driven to the new building, and the reverse steps are taken to move the items up. Notably, based on this principle, a brick elevator has also been invented on construction sites, allowing bricks to ride the elevator to the roof. A 5-meter-high frame has 10 shelves, each capable of carrying 20 kilos of heavy materials. Place the construction materials on the shelves, and the shelves will carry them upwards. Upon reaching the roof, unload the materials, and the empty shelves rotate back to the bottom of the frame, returning to the starting position. Continuously placing and transporting upwards saves a lot of labor. How amazing is that? Like the Ghost Rider's car, a vehicle with burning tires hurriedly rushes into the water to extinguish the flames. The reason is that the tires are worth up to $30,000, and the cause of the fire is related to the vehicle's job. Every time the steel mill completes its production process, waste and molten iron are transported separately. This vehicle is responsible for transporting waste and is called a slag transporter. Due to the special working environment, the temperature of the steel slag exceeds 1300 degrees Celsius. To withstand the high temperatures, the tires are made of fire-resistant materials. However, this is still not enough. To prevent the tires from coming into direct contact with the steel slag before work, the transporter is fitted with a tire chain woven from numerous iron rings, which effectively prevents the tires from melting. But even with these precautions, when frequently exposed to this steel slag, the tires inevitably melt, and fires can still occur. Hence the scene at the beginning of the video. Although extinguishing the fire is urgent, the driver must be careful to avoid letting the steel slag fall into the water. Otherwise, a shockwave similar to what happens at a steel plant could occur. When molten iron with a temperature above 1300 degrees meets water, it can cause an explosion. The molten iron transport truck, known as a slag transporter, when it reaches its destination, directly dumps the contents, which flow quickly and spread, resembling lava. Clearly, transporting molten iron is more dangerous than transporting waste, because it always carries a large tank back and forth. Would you want to do this job? The income is very high. Aim the tool at the wood and press it, like taking an ECG for the wood, drawing a wavy line. Through this data, you can see whether the wood is soft solid because some wood looks healthy on the outside but is actually rotten inside. Using such wood without knowing can easily cause damage. Therefore, people invented this testing gun. Its head hides a drill bit with a diameter of 2 mm. When using it, first aim the gun head at the center of the wood, press the switch, and let the drill bit rotate at high speed into the wood, drilling up to 40 cm deep. During this process, the plotter will draw lines according to the resistance encountered by the drill bit. High lines indicate that the wood at this position is solid. Low lines indicate that the drill bit feels little resistance, indicating that the wood in this area is rotten or hollow. To ensure the data is accurate enough, after the first measurement, the worker will measure again at the bottom of the wood. At that time, the drill bit will be inserted into the wood at an angle. After obtaining the data, the two sets of data lines are analyzed together. It is worth mentioning that this device has an upgraded version, replacing the plotter with a screen. The wood data will be directly displayed on the screen. Whether it is the internal health status or the diameter of the wood, it will be more accurate than the previous generation device. How about it? Isn't it amazing? 27 high-speed water jets spray from a single tank. How powerful is it? When moving close to the ground, the traffic lines on the road can be completely cleaned. This cleaning machine was specifically invented for road maintenance. Each cover has a horizontal bar underneath, with 9 small nozzles evenly distributed on the bar. The cover is connected to a water pipe that leads directly to the rear compartment of the vehicle. Additionally, the cover is connected to a high-power vacuum cleaner that is responsible for sucking back the sprayed water. This is why you don't see water even though water is used for cleaning. This way, not only does it not hinder the work of the machines behind it, but it also saves water and allows for reuse. Of course, different cleaning tasks require different water flow speeds. If you are only cleaning stains on the road, adjust the water flow to be slower. When it's necessary to clean the traffic lines on the road, increase the water flow. The specifications of the machine can also be changed. The number of such cleaners to be installed depends on the cleaning area and size. In most cases, 2 cleaners, one in front and one in the back, are sufficient. It is worth mentioning that there is also a simplified version of this cleaning machine. It is designed in the form of a small cart with a disc equipped with a built-in high-pressure nozzle at the front. By pushing it over the surface to be cleaned, it also relies on high-pressure water jets to complete the cleaning. However, its vacuum cleaner is not powerful enough, so when it moves along the traffic lines, the lines disappear, leaving only a puddle of water in place. How amazing is that? Take a close look. There's a large vessel floating on the calm sea. It rises and falls with the waves, and this is not its entirety. A larger part is submerged in the water, and overall it resembles a giant fishing float. Excluding the rope at the bottom, it has a total length of 18 meters, and the thickest part has a diameter of 9 meters. This is a wave energy converter invented abroad. It can convert ocean waves into electricity. The more waves, the more electricity it generates. The outer conical shell is primarily made of carbon fiber using winding technology, which is very light and allows it to float on the sea surface. Inside, a sliding plate that can move up and down is installed. When the waves go down, the plate rises. When the waves rise, the plate goes down. The sliding plate is also designed with a corrugated tube, and 2 mechanical walls with power generation devices move along the tube. At that time, the corrugated tube will drive 8 internal rotating gears, thus generating electricity. The installation process of the device is very simple. First, the float is transported from the factory to the port, and then a small tugboat is used to tow it on the sea surface. When it reaches the designated location, the quick connector is controlled via remote control to lock onto a bath membrane about 40 meters underwater. At this point, the float will be pulled underwater, leaving only the large vessel floating on the surface. Finally, it is connected to the output cable that supplies power and communication to the shore. This completes the installation of a wave energy converter.